Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing my November TBR. As usual, I cannot believe it's November because it can't possibly be the end of October. That doesn't make any sense. And yet, here we are. There are two readathons that I will sort of be participating in. The first one is just that it's Nonfiction November. There are prompts to this, but I can't remember them, and to be honest, I'm not really fulfilling any of them anyway. So I'm just gonna read some nonfiction. The first one, and the only one I'm going to show you here, is The Rose of Martinique by Andrea Stewart. This is a biography of Josephine, who was Napoleon's first wife, I believe. I know nothing about her, and by nothing I mean nothing. I am maybe halfway through, if you can see that, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm learning a lot because, as I said, I know nothing about her, including the fact that she was from Martinique in the Caribbean. No idea till I started this book, but enjoying it. Won't finish it in the next 2 days, so planning on finishing this up in November, and then I think I'm just going to play it by ear and grab whatever nonfiction piques my interest. The other one is Tome Topple, which occurs from November 9th to November 22nd, from midnight in your time zone until 11:59 in your time zone. If you want to see the announcement and the prompts, you can check out Kaz from Little Book Owl's announcement video, which I will link down below, and then she has links to all the other co-hosts and the founder, Sam, from, I cannot recall her booktube channel name. It has something to do with tomes, but for the love of my sanity, I cannot remember it. Anyway, I'm going to be attempting to participate in that anyway. To be fair, most of the books I have on my TBR are more than 500 pages, so I will just be using all of November for that, but we're also going to try and read as many as possible within that 2-week period. That all said, let's see the books I actually plan on reading this month. The first one you've seen before, and that is Derp Aged by Pierce Brown. You've seen this one before because it was on my August TBR. I think it also might have been on my September TBR. Clearly that worked out for me. This is the 5th book in the Red Rising saga. The first four I reread in June, July, and August. And then I just sort of got overwhelmed with trying to keep up with all the series, and so I figured I could put this one off a little bit and we would all survive. Look at us now, we're all surviving. Therefore, I do want to get to this, and since it is Tome Topple this month and this book is a whopping 750 pages approximately, 752 if you want to be specific, this fits very well into Tome Topple. I believe one of the challenges this year is to read a book in a genre you don't usually reach for, and as we all know, science fiction I have slowly gotten more into, but it's still not my first choice. So that'll count for that. Next up, we have The Splendor Before the Dark by Margaret George. This is the second in her what I'm considering a duology about Nero. This particular book takes place after / during the Great Fire of Rome, and Nero blames the Christians for it. I really enjoyed her first book, something about young Nero. Anyway, really enjoyed that and went out and bought this one. Intended to read it this spring, I believe, and then, as usual, got overwhelmed with other books. Other books came up that I wanted to read first. I wasn't in the mood for it, whatever. So I haven't read it yet. However, this book is approximately 560 pages, and that is definitely a tome. So I will be including this in Tome Topple, and it also seems to be appropriate for just sort of the mood of fall. It's darker, it's not very nice, and there's a lot of death. To be fair, I know a lot of people like fall. I don't like fall. I don't like the falling leaves and the fact that they rot and then they're slippery and then they're icy and it's a whole mess. I don't like it. However, this seems to fit my version of fall, which is dark and deadly and gross. So there's that. I will say I do like the colors of the leaves, particularly the red ones. The yellow ones don't really do anything for me, but I know they do a lot for other people. So there's that. I like winter. We all know I'm nuts. And then one of the series that I am trying to reread and finish is the Adventures of Athena, the Athena Club by Theodora Goss. The third one came out in the early October, so I am rereading the first two in order to really be invested in the third one. I'm already invested. I'm terrified at what's going to happen, but I'm so excited. Anyway, I am 50 pages in, almost exactly. The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, which is the first book in this series. The second one is European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman, and I can't recall the title of the third one, but you'll see it in my November wrap-up because I will finish this trilogy this month. I don't recall... Yeah, these books are not, or at least this one is not a tome. It's less than 400 pages, so it should go fairly quickly once I sit down and read it. I believe the second one is definitely more than 500 pages, so that could be included in Tome Topple if I want to switch it up. But these follow the daughters of Dracula, Jekyll and Hyde, Frankenstein, Moreau, etc. in Victorian London. They have Sherlock and Watson, and it's just fantastic. I love it so much. And then the last book I'm going to include on this TBR is what I believe is a YA fantasy, A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. This one also came out in October, so you will see several of these in my October haul. But this one, the cover just really caught me. Let's see. We have a princess born with magic that hasn't been seen for generations. Its last known practitioner toppled the native royalty and massacred thousands 5 generations ago. That's nice. So Eva now has to face her older sister in a battle to the death if she wants to become the queen. But Eva is attacked by an assassin, and she finds out it's not just her sister who wants her dead. That sounds pretty interesting. It sounds a little bit 5 Dark Thrones, whatever the original one of 3 Dark something crowns? Sisters? Thrones? I'm confusing all of those titles. Anyway, it sounds a little bit like that, and only because sister against sister. Beyond that, it sounds different, and I'm really excited to find out if this is as good as I hope it is. So those are all of the books that I'm going to put on my TBR. I did do better in my October TBR, so stick around for my wrap-up coming out in the next week or so, and we'll see how I do with this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.